Hello, this is Dr. Cleveland, and I want to give you a quick overview on how to find nonprofits online. And want to start with just a simple Google search. And here, what we did is I looked get out the vote. This was the original search, and then here, if you put the hyphen or minus sign in between a thing, is I don't want to have Wikipedia in my results. You can do that, and you see, ooh, all of a sudden Wikipedia disappears. And then you can find organizations that meet your needs. Similarly, you do childhood cancer. Now, I tried to do this without St. Jude's, and because this is an ad, it kept showing up. And the way this works is St. Jude has childhood cancer is one of their keywords, and they have to pay if you click on this ad. Now, that's what if you saw St. Jude here and you didn't want to have to pay for the ad, you'd click down here in the organic search results. But that's the way it works. And if any of you want to know more about digital media and how it works and want to work that into your schooling for this year, please let me know, because I spend about 8 or 9 hours every day working on that. Education and equality for kids. What here I want to go over is the difference in between the Bing and Google ads, the Google results. Let me just pull this up real quick, and you can see here as you scroll down, you have my giving point is actually the first one, and that would not be a good organization to look, because it's a donor thing. But you have in the Bing search, you've got some videos, and then you end up with very different results. ACLU, your mom, market solution tree, and here in the Google search results, you end up with waterford.org. You do have ACLU, but you have a very different organization. So you might want to use a couple different search engines if you're going to do searching online. Now, you can also use GuideStar. Here I search for the term brewing, and if you you can look for geography, so you can look for your state, or you can look on the organization tab. And if you want to have in the subject area, I'm going to talk about NTE codes. Basically, what this is, the major NTE codes that are, and you can sort for different ones. And so let's see, brewing and human services, what happens. So you get like brewing for a reason. So that might be something that would be, how do you get native Hawaiians brewing? I don't know. But this is one way to focus in on a specific aspect of what the organization does. You can do something very similar with ProPublica, and I'm going to post all these web addresses on the discussion, so you can find these, or the search capacity, and you can look at here in a state. And I did not filter this by category. I came up with 18 organizations for mental health and I filtered this in Wisconsin just to make it manageable numbers. And you can see, all right, blah, 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 blah. Here's a whole bunch of organizations. And then say I wanted to have just the human services aspect. I click on search. Oop, that drops me down to 2, but it's a much more precise search. Charity Navigator, I looked at racial equity, and then I looked at the education industry in Charity Navigator. Oops, came up blank. I don't know why, but that's where you have different sources that you can turn to. Now, I want to just give a quick overview of the NTE code. This is the National Taxonomy of Exempt Entities, and this basically is an industry code, what the organization does. And you have your major groups, as you can see here, arts and humanities, education, environment, health, blah, 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 goes down the line. And basically that's what the search engines are keying on the NTE code. And then if you click on the link, or you use if you click on this link down here, you get to this page, this next page, and this goes into detail where you have a letter typically followed by 2 numbers, and it gets into much more detail of the NTE codes. Now, if none of those satisfied you, you can go to the exempt organization business master file extract. This is from the IRS, and this is for everybody that files a Form 990, so you can get a much fuller list of all the nonprofits in an area. And you can just magically click on the state of Wisconsin, and whoopee, here comes this file right here magically appearing in Excel. And I went to the data tab, turned on the filter so I could sort, and over here is your NTE code. And then I'm going to sort it A to Z. And before I do that, I just want to show you there are some organizations for which the NTE code is not reported, and I can just sort it like this. A caution about the NTE code: some organizations have multiple NTE codes, like the Salvation Army, for instance. Well, actually, that's a bad example. Habitat for Humanity, they run the Restore, and they also build houses. Those would be two different NTE codes. So there are organizations that might have multiple NTE codes, but you're only going to be able to sort by one. That's where sometimes doing an internet search is good. If anybody wants to do for-profit companies and wants a tutorial on SIC codes and the NAICS codes, please let me know. 6 minutes is a long enough video. Good luck.